Hi babes, it's Grace and welcome back to Eternal Grace. I want to remind you of something. If you have anyone around you that is looking to poke holes in who you are, they manage to find something wrong with everything that you do, remember that they are a fan, okay? You are complete as you are, you're missing nothing. And if you come into the room with a bomb beat, hair looking good, body tea, skin glowing, and someone feels the need to point out to you that your shoe is untied when it is tied, one of the laces is just hanging a little lower, or your nails need filing, or they want you to think there's something stuck in your teeth and there isn't. This is a fan. This is fan behavior. Because when it comes to the pretty girl who has it all together, people that are insecure with themselves and do not view themselves the same way are always going to try to find a way to make your image seem like it's missing something so that they can feel better about all the things that they feel like they're missing. This is not a you problem. This is a them problem. And you can waste time trying to make them feel secure within themselves, as whole as you are, complete, known by God, seen by Him. It's not going to work. Because as you've probably noticed along your own self-growth and discovery journey, you need to go through the work to see, identify with, and choose yourself, and no one else can do it for you. Maybe when you were at your lowest, people were telling you, oh, you're beautiful, you're smart, you got it all together, but it didn't matter if they were saying it or that they believed it or didn't believe it, because you didn't believe it, right? Same thing with other people. Sometimes when we've made it to the other side, we want to bring people with us and show them the way that they can grow, bring them towards, redemption and change and all the things that are good about a self-improvement journey. But some people really want to stay where they are. Some people want to complain, not so that they can find solutions, but so that they can have pity. Some people enjoy pity because that's the most attention they get. Because when they actually try, nobody cares because they choose mediocrity over refining their craft and growing into something that's creative and wonderful every time. And so instead of doing the work to grow into the flourishing version that gets all the flowers, they would rather backtrack and stick with pity because it's easier. And that's the main point. Doing the work, becoming that girl, and growing into the best version of yourself is taking the high road. That is hard shit. A lot of people would rather not. And so because you're special, because you are the 1% or the odd one out, the majority of people are not like-minded and are not growing in a similar way. There's going to be friction. There's going to be friction between you and the world around you. You, maybe in your friend group. You and your family. Okay? And so I want you to know, 1, that you're not alone. 2, that you can't bring people with you. And 3, that people seeing flaws, finding flaws, or taking issue with you is 9 times out of 10 a them problem. Because especially if you're like me, a retired people pleaser, or if you used to seek validation from others, it's really tempting when they start complaining about you to actually start looking inward and being like, well, is this something about myself I missed? Am I, thinking too highly of myself? Did I miss an area of improvement, right? But unless you genuinely feel convicted by the Lord, that's most of the time insecurity talking, especially if it's coming from a voice of someone that you know well or used to hold in high esteem, like a parent, a best friend, right? A mentor. But a lot of the time, people know this about you, especially if a previous version of yourself used to come to them for validation, right? You stopped doing that because you grew out of it and you realized you only need validation from you and God, right? But they're expecting you to need them to validate you, to feel worthy, to feel heard, to feel seen and understood. And so they are going to literally find ways to nitpick at you and make you feel insecure just so that they can have the boost in their ego from having the last word in their mind, because it maybe has been at some point. But what people think of you is none of your business. What they have boxed you into, the version of you that they've frozen you at in their mind, has nothing to do with you. You are an ever evolving, ever growing, beautiful, blossoming flourishing flower. And you have to keep that in mind. You have to remember that as you engage with people. Give them grace and forgive them as they, take action. But notice every action. Use your discernment and don't knock your own intuition or convictions from the Holy Spirit, because it can be really hard to realize that people that are around you, your day ones, are actually your biggest haters and your biggest fans in a bad way, leeches, energy vampires, all of the above, using you as their own little ottoman for their self-esteem and their, ego regulation. But it's also deeply liberating because you are now operating in a level and at a place that they can't touch, they don't comprehend, and people expecting less of you than you actually pump out is protection unto you. So don't waste your time trying to prove yourself to people. You have nothing to prove. Be thankful that they can only see you where they see you now, because you can continue to grow behind the scenes, and one day they will wake up and you'll be this brand new bitch and they won't even know what to do about it. Okay? So that's a blessing because it actually has nothing to do with them. That's the thing. Your growth, unless it's people that have been genuinely investing in you, your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, not just in your career or in your school, your growth is yours and it's none of their business. And a lot of the time, when people aren't growing at the same rate as you, they can't even receive the fact that you are, because instead of being happy for you, they're threatened in their own mind because they're more focused on being selfish. And once again, this is none of our business. I'm just giving you the tea as you move forward into your week, because I know how exhausting it can be to live with, work with, be around people that hate you. Like, bad. They might smile at you and act like they love you, but really they hate you. And those gentle, small opportunities of poking holes will be where they start to see how far they can go. But I want you to play dumb. Play dumb this week, okay? They say, oh, something's stuck in your teeth. Be like, oh, okay. If you know your teeth are clear and you know you can't trust this person, just move on. Receive it and move on. They say, oh, I don't like your outfit today. I mean, who's going to say that? Oh, your jeans look kind of tight. They're trying to make you feel insecure. Go, okay, and move on. Acknowledge what they've said, but do not apply it onto yourself. Do not give it the justice of genuine concern. Like, oh, really? There's something in my teeth? Because you know this person doesn't actually care about you. You know they're just trying to give you a moment of insecurity. Just let it pass. Like the wind. Just let it pass on by you. Okay? Save your acknowledgement for when it matters, and let your discernment and intuition and convictions from the Lord do the heavy lifting. And play dumb more. Because playing dumb protects you. When people actually realize how wise you are, how attuned you are, and how intuitive you are, they will try to play their games just at a higher level. They'll think they can bully you that much more because you have so much more capacity to respond. So just play dumb. They'll get bored. Protect your peace. Get on the treadmill. Focus on yourself. Summer starts tomorrow. Keep the urgency. Keep your foot on the gas, okay? If someone disappointed you over Valentine's Day, use that energy to get your butt on the treadmill. And remember that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And he is our one true love. You're not missing anything. You are complete. You are whole. I see you. He sees you. We're cheering you on. And here's to another week of fabulousness. Okay, love you much. Talk to you soon. And bye-bye.